Hey, welcome to another episode of Lifestyle Unlimited. My name is Peter Vexelman. This is Julie Muse, where we literally put no limits on the kind of lifestyle that's possible. Julie, today we literally are going to talk about lifestyle, aren't we?
Yeah. The reason I want to talk about lifestyle is because it's one of these words that's just like thrown out to people like, oh, I want to live a lifestyle. But I want to talk about like what really is a lifestyle and what kind of goals that you should have for your own lifestyle. Because what's funny is your lifestyle may not be the same as mine or vice versa, or what you consider having the lifestyle you deserve. I don't think it's like, for me, you see like on Instagram, you see all this and you see people with their Lamborghinis and all of their stuff. And then the next thing you know, that's not even a dream of mine. Right? Like, I don't necessarily want that for myself. So overall, what does it even mean, lifestyle, like for you?
I put lifestyle into a category by itself, and here's what I mean by that. I always tell people, if you ever want to be more successful than you are now, which I think is most of the people that listen to us, there's two things you really are aiming at. One is you're looking at a more financially better life. Right? You want to make more. You want to get a better return on something. But the other side of it is this lifestyle side. You want to have a better lifestyle. You want to control your time better. You want to be with the people you want to be with. And so to me, lifestyle is not necessarily just tied into money. Lifestyle to me is really tied into how you spend your time.
It's so funny that you say that, because like everybody always talks about money. Well, money's important, right? But you can always make more money. But like as I'm getting older, I'm like really understanding this value of time. Like, how valuable is my time and who I spend it with, right?
Yeah, there's no question. I think in the beginning, as we pursue our dreams and goals, when you're picking the two sides out, the financial side and the lifestyle side, I think there's no question that the financial side is more important in the beginning. Because let's face it, to get the lifestyle side, you have to have the financial side. So in the beginning, it's all about making more. It's all about advancing further. It's about capitalizing more. So that financial side becomes absolutely critical. But ultimately, it really does shift to the lifestyle side.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something else, Julie. This is the side that a lot of people overlook. They get so hung up on the financial side. They get so hung up on making money side. They really forget that if you want the lifestyle side, they forget why they got into so many things, that if you want the lifestyle side, many times you have to set yourself up differently.
Yeah.
You have to set yourself up differently to achieve the lifestyle side of things than if you want to achieve the money side.
Yeah.
You and I both know that if you really want to go after the lifestyle side, it's a leverage play, it's a team building play, it's an infrastructure thing play. It's really the kind of things that you could be a one-man or a one-woman show and never have any of those things. And you can make very good money. But if you want to get to the lifestyle side, you really, really have to look at a very different dynamics of how you're set up and how you run your business.
Yeah, and I think it's funny, that you bring that up, because like the way I look at everything is like anytime I'm setting something up, right? I'm setting it up so that I can be replaced, okay? So a problem that a lot of people have when they're growing their business is they think, I'm the best at this and I'm going to only be the one to do it, right? And honestly, and not looking at it like, hey, there are better people for this job than me. So anytime I look at anything or I go into something new, I go in it and do it myself first, and then I build legs underneath it, right? Like, and I literally think of a table, and I'm like, this has to be held up on its own without me in it. And eventually, really, you've got a lot of things going, but you're not physically doing the work. It's more so going back in a management style and being able to go back and say, God, you know what? I need to check on every leg of this table.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's my job, is to set people in the right space and then to go and look behind them and make sure it's being done like I want to.
Yeah, no question about it. It's not only setting yourself up differently, but beside from that, like, here's the thing that I think about. Does everybody want a better lifestyle when they want to become more successful? Does everybody want to have the freedom of time Does everybody want to do the kind of things you and I want to do? I guess, like, think about it. Put yourself in a position. Let's say you didn't want those things. Let's say to you, you're always cool being a one-woman show, kind of doing your own thing. Would you even consider setting the other side of the business up, or would you really just get into time for money, time for money, time for money?
I mean, I don't understand why you wouldn't want more time. I guess that's a hard question for me, because I understand being like a one-woman show, right? Or like for instance, my sister owns a cleaning company. Mm-hmm. She does not want employees. She does not want to do that. She wants to literally, it's her and her business, and that's how she has it set up.
Yep.
Like for me, it's hard to conceive that, because I'm thinking, well, I could be doing this or I could be doing this. So that's a hard thing for me, because I think that might be a personality trait.
No, I agree. I think the people that say they don't want the lifestyle are the ones that aren't set up the right way. You know what I mean? But let's talk a little bit about, like, what did lifestyle side of things mean to you specifically? Like, when you were able to get to the point where you were able to enjoy a better life, had the ability to enjoy a better lifestyle, like, how did that reflect in your world?
So for me, and it really did come down to spending time where I want to spend my time. Mm-hmm. And being able to not feel like it's a job, like that I go clock in. Mm-hmm. You know, so like in the past when I worked for someone else, it's literally like clocking in, clocking out. Mm-hmm. So if I wanted to go do this or I wanted to go do that, even if I had the money to do it, I could not go. And I'm the type of person, I love variety in my life. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not happy doing the exact same thing over and over again, day in and day out. Like last weekend, for instance. Like if people like say to me, they're like, my goodness, you just make decisions like that. Like, I don't know. I was sitting there Thursday night and I knew I was going to have the grandbaby for the weekend. Well, I said, well, let's go to North Carolina for the weekend. There was nothing holding me back from doing that, because there was no ball and chain holding me. Yep. Now, was it that did I not work when I went? Absolutely. I did things, right, that had to get done, but I was not stuck at my house. It's the ability to change on a dime, to be able to really go do what you want to. Because like that all came back for me, is that because I was able to step out of that environment, I felt like I had better quality time with my granddaughter, you know, making those memories. Because when my daughter was little, I could not do that. You know, it was like that one time a year you go on vacation for a whole week, and then you save up all your money to go on this vacation. You save up all your mental energy. And then by the time you get to vacation, you're so worn out by the time vacation's over, you need a vacation from your vacation. That's not really enjoying a vacation when you're trying to get a year's worth of fun done in a week. You know, I mean, and I was even blessed that I was able to go on vacation. A lot of people don't. It's funny too, like the mindset of somebody. Like I was literally talking to somebody the other day, and they're like, "Oh, great! Well, I get vacation days now because they'd started a new job, right? But I'm not going to go on vacation because if I work on my vacation, then I get double pay,
right?
Right, and this was a young person, and I'm literally sitting here thinking, my goodness, this is how we all were taught. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? And like for me now, I'm thinking, I can't believe that you would not allow yourself the time that you deserve. It's not worth double pay. Because what's one more paycheck a year? Really, inevitably. Do you know what I mean? I would say you could probably take one thing out of your lifestyle and save that amount of money.
Sure, absolutely. You know, this is kind of how I look at it. So we know it all falls into one of the categories. It's either I want to make more money or I want to have a better lifestyle, or for reality, for most people, it's both things, you know? But then there comes a time where you achieve those both things, right? Like, for instance, you know, being in the real estate business, you know, one of the things I pride myself is I haven't really put a deal together myself from A to Z in 7 years. But in that time frame, we've put, you know, over 1,000 deals together. You know, I haven't gone and inspected a deal in probably 10 years, but over that, we've probably done thousands and thousands of inspections. So as I look back at my life and kind of, for me, there's no question that the lifestyle side is the big side. But I also, you can never diminish the financial side, because really the financial side is what makes it.
Yeah.
You know, let's face it, unless you want to be totally broke, like on welfare, do nothing, and then I guess you have the freedom of choice of time. But that's not the lifestyle we're talking about. The lifestyle we're talking about is the lifestyle that gives you the ability not only to have an incredible lifestyle, but to do, here's a key component to it, to do the things you want to do. The lifestyle we're talking about, it's about, you know, being able to capitalize on the things you want to do and how you want to spend your time and what you want to do. You know, for instance, for us, for our family, the big thing is travel. We love traveling. Next week, we're going out of the country for 10 days, you know. So for us, the ability to travel, the ability to, you know, control our time frame, control our clock, you know, all that stuff, for us, that's the huge piece. You know, but then you think about it, like, is there a cap to it? Like, at what point do you have a lifestyle that you're like, well,
I'm bored of this already.
yeah, I'm like, I've capped myself out. Have you ever thought about that?
No, I guess I'm not there yet. You know, I mean, like maybe like I don't know that I've done all the things that I want to do. But then at that point, like for me, like you know, we're working on trying something new. I found that equally as fun, like in a lifestyle. You know what I mean? So you're saying, get this straight. You've traveled to all the places you want to travel. You're doing it the amount of time you want to do it. And are you capped out? I think personally, number one, you got a child under one and another one on the way. I think your mindset of I think it's going to change anyway, personally.
No, well, I could tell you one thing for sure. I don't see myself capping out. I don't see ever getting to the point where potentially on the money side you can. I mean, ultimately, you know, what are you going to have? You know, you can only have such a nice plane, such a nice house, such a nice car. I think on the financial side, potentially you could get to the point where, like, you know, I'm happy. And you're probably going to be a lot happier before you cap yourself out. But you're right, on the time side, on the lifestyle side, on that luxury of things, I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's possible. At what point, so let's talk about this. Somebody's looking at this, they're a business owner, they're kind of at the point they're starting to make some money. At what point would you start to transition of how your business is structured, set up, that you also start capturing the lifestyle side? Let's say you're a beginner investor, right? You've done 3 deals, you've made $50,000, $100,000. At what point is Julie transitioning and start thinking, okay, I got to start leveraging myself. I got to, you know, develop some infrastructure around me. I got to, you know, start tapping into potentially that lifestyle side.
Well, what I wish that I've learned as we've set up multiple businesses and ran multiple businesses, I say actually you should have that in mind when you very first start a company. And a lot of people don't look at it that way. They're like, okay, I got to get this up and running. I've got to make my money. Anytime you start a new business, that's my first thought now is, how am I going to set this up to where I can leverage my time? Like, because I'm not doing anything that I can't do that with, you know? Like, even today we were having a conversation. We're looking to possibly, you know, purchase a franchise. It's like, okay, how much work is this? Do you know what I mean? And can I hire someone to do this for me? Not, okay, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to make it successful. I'm already thinking now, how can I hire and train to replace myself before I even start it? Because if I can't hire and replace myself, then why would I even do it, you know?
No question about it. And really the bottom line is, here's the other thing I tell people. And I know I kind of sent you down this pathway of real estate. We know that there's an upside. But the other thing I tell people is make sure that whatever you fall in love with, if lifestyle is important to you, make sure it's got that component to it, right? Because let's face it, not every single thing you do has a lifestyle component. You know, not every job you take. Some jobs, yes, you have the ability to develop a lifestyle. Some managerial positions, you have the ability to develop a lifestyle. Some businesses, you have the ability to develop a lifestyle. But there are certain things you won't have a lifestyle for. So it's very important not only to, like Julie said, if that's important to you, to start developing it early. But even pre that, it's important to make sure whatever you do has the potential to create a lifestyle. Well, I think the one thing you and I both agree, a lifestyle's critical. A lifestyle is ultimately where it's at. You need the financial side to create a lifestyle. And you better be if lifestyle is important to you, if controlling your time is important to you, then you better be doing something that has the upside of a lifestyle. Agree?
Yeah. And I think my biggest takeaway is lifestyle for me is time. That's anything I think of lifestyle is how is it going to create more quality time for myself?
Yep.
You know, so that I can share it with others.
Yep. Totally agree. Well, listen, we enjoyed it, guys. We're called lifestyle, and I want you to know we live the lifestyle, and we believe in it. And our goal here is to give you as many shortcuts that you can develop your lifestyle as possible.